Like, if I relied on external validation, if I relied on engagement or metrics or likes, I wouldn't have a business. And I've said that before.
Welcome to Did I Stutter with Jill Perrick. And yeah, I probably did because I have a stuttering disability. But I'm also a multiple six-figure business and mindset coach who's here to help you shut down the mindfuckery of imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and playing the nice girl in your content so you and your brand can blow the fuck up and so you can stack the motherfucking cash. I'm holding absolutely nothing back. We're talking marketing, messaging, mindset, subconscious healing, nervous system regulation, and how to do it all even with raging anxiety, ADHD, and just being a fucking human. If fuck is one of your favorite words and nothing can get in between you, your iced coffee, or the work that you're here to do, I'm your girl. Let's dive in.
Hello, my loves. It is Monday, but when you're listening to this, whatever day it is, I hope that you're having a beautiful week. And I actually dropped a post today. Again, whenever you're listening to this, I dropped a post about how I had a 24K sales week last week. And this is very normal for me now to have these like 5-figure sales weeks where like I'm creating that guaranteed income over the next 6 months or over the next year. You know, I switched my mastermind, the real deal mastermind, to be a 12-month commitment. And already I'm seeing the effects of that, of clients coming into that space and just like being so committed and so like on fire because they know, hey, I'm here for a year. So I am going to get all the support. I'm going to be so supported. I'm going to utilize every fucking nook and cranny of this mastermind. And the same thing goes for my one-to-ones. They come in at a 6-month or 12-month contract now. And a part of me wants to just say, like, you're coming in for 12 months, but also it really depends. I think that there's so much great stuff that can come out of 6 months, but this is a huge shift from the beginning of the year. And the point of this was to say, like, yeah, like I locked down a 24K sales week last week, and like that has just been my norm for the last couple of months. And it is entirely because all of the work that I did from the beginning of the year till the summer. Because here's the thing, the beginning of my year, it looked like a lot of people coming in for short-term things. It looked like me creating mini offers because I thought that I needed to, and because it was more of a cash injection than anything, versus now having people sign on at 6-month contracts or 12-month contracts, having clients re-sign for a year, right? Having clients re-sign at higher rates, having the best people in my spaces, creating smaller offers because I want to, because it's exciting, because it's fun, because it is not something that I have to do to make money. This is the fucking dream, right? Like, this is the dream. And I still have so many things I want to accomplish, so many things I want to do, obviously, but like I have such a nice firm cushion to land on now. And the reason why I have all of this is not strategic. Like, it's strategic to a degree in terms of like the actions I'm taking, but it is largely emotional. And I was having this realization as I had a conversation with one of my clients today in Telegram. And I really wanted to share it with you in terms of like, we were talking about her playing the long game and how that wasn't always her attitude when we even like first started working together. She had been in the space for a long time, had seen a lot of success, but she didn't have the things that she wanted or the success that she wanted because she had very stop and start energy. She had very much, when like she wasn't getting the validation or the engagement that she wanted, she would feel like, oh my God, it's a me thing, and she would pull back. And this is what a lot of you are doing. You are thinking that it's a you problem. You're thinking that if you're not seeing the results that you want, it's because you're not good enough. It's because you're doing something wrong. When a lot of the fucking time, this is just playing the long game and continuously and consistently taking action. And the thing is people won't tell you this because it's not sexy. It's not strategic. It's not something that like you can say, hey, just do my 3-week thing and you'll see results. And that's why people like really shy away from talking about the consistency. But I never do, because consistency is an emotional game. It has nothing to do with like, are you doing the right things? And instead has everything to do with like, can you emotionally handle it when you've been showing up for weeks and you're not getting the external validation? When you start to notice that, you know, you're putting content out, but like people aren't responding to it as quick as you want them to, or in a way that you want them to. I was having this conversation with my client today about how she was just kind of asking, and she already knew the answer. She already knew that the answer was that she is going to have to continuously show up and say, screw the engagement, say, fuck the engagement. Like, I'm not going to rely on somebody else to tell me how things are supposed to be, or I'm not going to rely on anything external for me to be successful. And I was like, yes. Like, if I relied on external validation, if I relied on engagement or metrics or likes, I wouldn't have a business. And I've said that before. I've said that before many times, that if I based my business's success on like or engagement or comments, I would not have a business, because in the beginning and for a long time, you don't have a lot of data to go off of. You don't have a lot of information because you are building a brand, you're building a presence, you are building a awareness for people to have of you. And a lot of the time, them deciding to opt in, you're never going to know that somebody is thinking about you or thinking about your offer until they buy. But if you stop, if you slow down, if you give up, that is just you believing the story that people don't want anything to do with you or anything to do with your offer. And that's why people cling on to things like story views or likes, or if somebody sends them a DM, and instead of you using that against yourself, if they send you a DM, if they like your post but then they don't buy, I use it all as evidence, right? Like, I'm fucking delusional in a lot of different ways, and the one way that I am so delusional that actually gets me paid is by me believing that every single story view, every single comment or like or DM, or even if I just like throw something out there and there's something I can't even see, if somebody was like, this is cool, I take it all as evidence. Every opt-in, even if it's one of those fucking annoying people that, you know, they want to sell you their email services so they join your email list. Fuck, I hate those people. But even that, every single opt-in is me building evidence that people want this. I just realized halfway through my walk that I forgot my sunglasses, but it's not that funny. It's like early evening right now, but yeah, like every single piece of information, I'm going to take it as evidence, and I'm fucking Delulu about it. This is what has built me a really successful business. A multiple six-figure business, 5-figure cash months, is creating something that isn't there yet, is deciding that everything is working in my favor, that I'm getting all the results, that people are on the cusp of working with me, even when things have been silent for weeks. And there have been lots of times where I've been changing things, or I've been upping my standards, I've been raising my rates. I did also talk about that in like an Instagram post, like I think it was last week or something, where I was talking about how at the beginning of this year, I had to really start being like, okay, I'm calling in the same people that don't really respect me or my time, that aren't a good fit. I need to get a little bit more legit about who I'm calling in. And so I did. I raised my rates, I raised my standards, I did a bunch of things, and really started like building out my signature offer and just doing the internal work and the behind the scenes work that you don't really see in the marketing or any of that, right? And now I'm reaping all those rewards. I have people opting in for 12 months over and over and over again. I have people that are staying with me for years. I have people that are like just such great fits for my spaces, and they support each other, and it is just so great to see all my hard work come to fruition. But there was a time where like it was kind of quiet and I didn't know if it was the right choice, but I had to trust myself. I had to believe it was all happening for me, and I also had to be so fucking delusional that like everything was working out, and every little piece of engagement or people inquiring or what the fuck ever was evident. And that is how you build a really successful business, specifically in the online space. There needs to be a level of Delulu. There needs to be a level of imagination of you deciding to think completely differently than you ever have before. You actually deciding that you're here regardless. So you're going to keep showing up, you're going to keep selling, you're going to keep doing all of these things, and that other people can't determine the action that you take. And I feel like I am walking proof of that, and that's why I have no problem telling that to clients. I have no problem being like, consistency is such a bigger deal than people even realize, because consistency is built from emotional resilience. It's built from that power inside of you, that certainty inside of you, that belief inside of you. Strategy can really only get you so far. And once the strategy is in place and you have a plan and you know, okay, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to do this, this is the kind of content I'm doing, blah, 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 the only thing that's left is your belief in your certainty, your conviction, and how fucking consistent you are. Because you can't just upload a post for a week or upload stories for a couple of weeks and think that that's it. So I love you guys, and I hope that you received this today. Hopefully you received it as you were doing something like walking or working out or cleaning or doing whatever, because it really helps integrate everything you're hearing and learning. And when you're ready to go balls to the wall, you're ready to implement consistency from a place of belief and power and conviction. When you're ready to sign high ticket clients that are the best fit for you and your offers, and when you're ready to make 10K to 20K months your bitch, then you're going to want to join Real Deal Mastermind. And when you listen to this, we have shifted to a 12-month commitment, and we have shifted to a tiered option. So we have the standard tier, which is you get the 3 calls a month, you get the portal, you get the monthly client events, all that fucking good shit. And there is also a VIP tier, and the only difference between the standard and the VIP tier is that if you get VIP, you get on-demand content reviews inside of an exclusive channel, as well as 2 days of coaching from me per week in an exclusive Telegram channel. So options for you to join. There is a standard tier, there is a VIP tier, and I would love to welcome you inside of the Real Deal Mastermind before we begin 2026. All right, my loves, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I think you're going to be listening to this at the end of November, which is fucking wild, but I love you. And let's go in to 2026 with a fucking bang.